everyone, welcome back to Cook Vegan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today we've got a little bit of a different interview coming up for you guys. We have Vasilis Mihalakis. Did I say that properly?
Yep.
Yeah, very good.
100%.
Okay. So not in my Cypriot accent, in my Greek accent, all the way from Athens, so not Cyprus, who is an animal rights activist and also, okay, he's very down to earth. He didn't want to use the word social media influencer, but he is quite big on Instagram and on YouTube and various other platforms. And his stage name, so to speak, is the Vegan Skunk. So you can find him, guys, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. We're going to post the links below, so do watch out. If you're watching this live on Facebook, thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to be posting that in a few days' time. Then make sure you comment below and find this gentleman wherever you are. So, Vasily, thank you so much for finding the time and joining us here on Cook Vegan.
Thank you very much for having me. It is a pleasure to be here, and I'd like to share as much as I can, so people can find value to what I say after watching this one.
Well, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I mean, I've got so many questions I want to ask you. Firstly, I want to tell you that Cook Vegan is a very friendly platform. We obviously have a lot of vegans amongst us and people who are vegan for various reasons, and we don't judge. Some are for animals like yourself, others are for the environment, and of course, lots of people are interested in their health. But we've got also lots and lots of people who are part of the Cook Vegan journey on, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram now, that are just interested. They're not vegan, and they've started to get interested, and they've started to realize that they can eat more vegan food and eat more plant-based. So we've got everyone here. So it's really great to have someone like you here to be able to explain so much more to, of course, fellow vegans, but to non-vegans as well. So my first question for you is, what has influenced you to be vegan, and what makes you so passionate about doing this for animals?
So I think that's a really nice question. It goes back to let's say early 2015. For the record, I became vegan on the 25th of November in 2015. So it's 5 years and something. So what happened?
The name Dale Gadarina, I remember.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's on the 28th, but I could be wrong. So don't take my.
25th. I know that, it's my middle name.
So okay, we're all good then. So the thing is, I was working as a security guard in reception of a large company, and it was I was working a 12-hour shift then, so it was around 4 o'clock. I was getting off at 7. And a stray dog passed. She was a female stray dog. She was a little bit skinny, but she was really kind. And there was nothing. I didn't have anything to to feed her because she was skinny and stuff. So I just took literally some white bread that there was in the restaurant, leftovers, and some oil, just a little bit to make it somewhat tasty. Gave it to her, and she stayed. She even said hello to some other of the people working there. So I don't know. For some reason, I said, like, if you're going to wait for me until 7 o'clock, it's the time that I'm getting off. I'm gonna adopt you. I'm gonna bring you home.
I'll take you home.
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is what happened actually. Like, I made they have those things like keychains. So that when they hang, like, maybe the card that you beep into the company. So I took 3 of those and actually made some kind of a leash. So and we just went home. So what happened after that was, if I'm not mistaken, it's a few months later. It's the Yulin Festival, and the Yulin Festival is the festival in China that they eat dogs and cats. So uh, I saw obviously some people saying things on Facebook, and I'm like, they're eating dogs and they're eating cats, and they call it a festival. So that literally made me wonder what I'm doing, because just a small parenthesis. I used to at that time I was living by myself for almost a year, But when I was living with my mother, we had like arguments or small moments of heat. Like it was like, what is why doesn't my food has meat in it? I cannot feel satiated. I cannot feel full. So
You were
um
telling her that you
yeah.
wanted more meat in your food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, exactly. Was the thing was that if it didn't have meat in it, I could not feel full, like that I ate enough, so I'm okay
Mm.
now. And those were the arguments that we were having back then. But well, it's the festival passes, and I'm visiting my sister. It was back then in Almere, Netherlands, for about 10 days. And then I had a conversation with a friend that he was living already in the Netherlands. He was working in a fast food chain, and they which actually like kind of blow up my mind, because they were saying like exactly how things happen before the so-called burger gets to the restaurant where they serve it. So I was a little bit confused then, because early November, and then I stumbled upon in Earthlings, the documentary. I never got to finish it. Obviously, I never got to.
You know what, I have to admit, I have not even tried. I've just heard so many things, and I just think I'm already vegan. I don't need to go through this.
Mhm.
Everyone who's watching now, I know a lot of you know and have heard about Earthlings. It's a very, very famous documentary. It's on YouTube. You actually cannot just view it from any random account. You've got to prove, I think, that you're a certain age, and
Mhm.
I don't know what else. And if you have the guts, watch it. It is the pure truth behind animal farming and breeding and welfare and everything else. So,
Mhm.
earthlings, everyone.
So I think maybe I saw 10 minutes, maybe 20. I think 20 is overestimating things. And
Wow.
the thing is, I could connect literally to the dog that I adopted a few months ago, because I could see that maybe if you went to pet her a little bit, suddenly for her, she was like having to step back. She was a little bit defensive. You could see the fear in her eyes, even though I was never mean to her or nothing like that. So someone who has been mean to her, and you could actually see the same eyes, the same fear in the eyes of the animals in that documentary. I didn't have to see too much of it to understand what's happening. So, and that was it. Like that was it for me. I could not say I'm petting this dog and I'm loving this dog while I pay for animals like her to be killed for food, and there is no need for that. I'm not in survival mode. I just go into the supermarket. I'm like, um, is it veggies? Is it plant-based vegan, or corpses? That was it
That's
for me.
amazing. I actually, I'm interjecting and just chatting away, but
Okay.
I read a really nice article. Actually, it came out. I've only just read it last weekend, but it
Hmm.
came out. I think it was published 2 or 3 years ago, and I think it was also from the Netherlands, or no, maybe Sweden, about a farmer who also watched certain documentaries. I don't know if Earthlings was one of them, but watched different documentaries with his wife, and he was a pig farmer. And he, we always hear, as vegans, I think we do read and hear a lot about farmers that are now going to plant-based farming instead of animal factory farming, or even rearing animals in more open spaces. And this man was rearing organic pigs.
Hmm.
And then he realized, he was like, what am I doing? I don't want these animals to die. And then he realized the customers as well did not want to hear about the real truth. So he had all his loyal customers coming to him, buying this clean meat, but they didn't want to know that those pigs didn't want to get on the truck. They didn't want to know that those pigs screamed before they even got to the slaughterhouse. They didn't, he was like, I would have lost all my customers. So they just wanted to come and see the green field and say, oh, these pigs have a good life. But he said, if I had told them, even a small percent of the real truth, no one would have bought from him. And then he realized, what am I doing? And he changed. I'm not sure what he's farming now, but he said as a plant-based farmer, he's more profitable than when he was farming animals, which
That
is amazing.
that is the case. Like there is a reason that slaughterhouses don't have glass walls. There is a reason, and that's you can only see how they advertise that, how we use euphemisms to say we don't say I'm gonna have a piece of a dead animal. We say steak.
Mm.
So and I think something that's is happening lately, that they try to ban anything related to dairy, anything related to it doesn't, let's say it doesn't contain dairy, so it cannot say that from now on. So it's a little bit tricky there
I think they
because.
lost. They lost these cases. They tried to stop people using for vegans, stop using burgers,
Hmm, hmm.
but they lost the case. Yeah,
Yeah,
they tried.
I mean
It's quite funny.
it's a euphemism.
Yeah,
You cannot call something that's already a euphemism. I can use it. You cannot use it because it doesn't make sense.
you're absolutely right. That's such a good point. So I've got another question for you now. Um, uh, what would you say? So as I've said, we've got different people on this platform.
Hmm,
What would you say are your wise words for people thinking about going vegan?
hmm. Well, okay, that is a hard one because I would say I was, I could not call someone for something that I was not. I used to be like loving dogs and cats and protecting them while paying for the death of other animals,
Mhm.
for food. And that literally is like you do not have to pay someone to do it because you can be healthy and happy without doing it. So, I mean, there is not a reason good enough to justify that. And some people say, um, what about if you put a dog in the same scenario, people lose their minds and say, no, why would you do this to a dog? But they do it in other countries.
Mhm.
So what's the
True.
justification to do it
And
in?
pigs are cleverer even. I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah.
dogs aren't adorable and very clever, but
Mhm.
pigs are cleverer. And you know what I read the other day, and I actually couldn't believe it. Chickens have the same understanding as toddlers, so they
uh
can actually solve puzzles and
they
recognize faces.
it is funny because I got to live with a chicken for about 15 days. We were on tour in Athens with a group of activists, and it was really funny. The chicken that people say, I have it on video. I'm not speaking out of my my imagination. She used to chase me inside the house. Like how would a dog would chase you? Like, okay, let's go here. Let's go there. Like an animal that's really interesting in what you would do. She wanted affection. She wanted, like, I was editing on my computer and she wanted to sit on top of my head. Obviously that was
Imagine.
that was not the case. She had, they have claws and it's really, a little bit tough on your head, but
Ah,
but she can definitely sit on your lap, with, they feel, warm, and they
and they're
have.
very loving. They like cuddles. That's what I've
Yes,
heard as well.
they
Yeah.
they do, they do.
Amazing. Okay, so um uh now, okay, obviously you're oh yeah, no, sorry, before I get to other questions. Why are you called the vegan skunk? What is it?
Oh, so,
Do you
well,
just love skunks? Are they your favorite animal or what
no,
happened?
no, no. It's a little bit of a funny and strange story. Why? Because when I was a kid, my father used to call me the skunk. I was not smelly. No, I was not
Oh yeah, I
smelly.
was gonna say, were you a
No,
stinky boy?
no. I was a very clean boy.
Mm,
I was,
okay,
I was,
all right.
I took my, bath time very seriously. So, so, so regarding that, and I used to have a
Did you wear black and white a lot
no,
or
no, no. It was, I don't know.
act like Pepe Le Pew?
It was maybe that happened later. That happened later with Pepper, with and the females and me.
Yeah,
I'm joking, obviously,
yeah.
but the case was, I used to have a panda bear, like a teddy bear, a stuffed animal. It was a panda, but I used to call it a skunk. It was never a skunk. It was just me.
Yeah.
So when I made my YouTube channel, I had a big name. It was, back then, it was, I took it, it was a line from a song. It was the blue collar hustler. In Greek, that's like 3 words, and it's really
Mm.
hard for
To
people to
remember,
to remember
type
you.
in.
So I said, okay, what has to do with me it's easy to remember, and people will
Mhm.
will know, and it's not taken yet. So it was a skunk, and it was available back then.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, great. And then in English, you instead of just calling yourself the skunk, you use the vegan skunk.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Skunks aren't
Okay.
really vegan, so I had to I had to add something.
You had to add something. So what did you start first? Was it your YouTube channel or your Insta? Because for everyone watching who doesn't know, Vasilis here has on YouTube 4.41K subscribers and on Insta has nearly 10,000 followers. So pretty good going.
So
Plus, I saw some other, the Vegan Skunk Gaming. I don't know what that's about. The Drone Whistler. If you want to tell us, a bit about your social
yeah,
media
uh,
activity and how do you use that to
uh,
promote your vegan activism?
all right. So uh, I started my YouTube channel first. That was in 1st of April of 2016. Was my first upload, and I think from back then to now, I've improved a lot. There's still plenty of room of improvement, but I think it was about a good start. I think I made my Instagram account about maybe a year later, but it's a lot easier because Instagram has photos. People can appreciate the photo, but they don't speak Greek, so they would probably not subscribe in my account because it's mainly
Mm-hmm.
Greek videos. And regarding to the gaming channel, it's for fun. I used to play games. Now, just I just add a twist on that. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do something that's funny for me. So why wouldn't I, just stream and maybe have an extra income off that? This is what I thought because I'd love to be kind of independent regarding what I do, so I can focus on whatever I actually like and enjoy. With having activism, probably that's number one for me right now. Regarding that, the drone whistler is about filming areas or places that I've visited, and it's places in Greece that you would probably haven't seen before, uh, and in Cyprus. By the way, I have quite a few of the videos from Cyprus as well.
Because
Um,
you spent a whole season here, didn't you, in Cyprus? You
uh,
said
well, I used to.
in Napa.
Actually, I lived about 2.5 years in Cyprus. I was living in Sotira, Famagusta. That's it's a small village in free area of Amohostos or Famagusta. I had a girlfriend that lived there, so we were living together for about 2 years, and then the next year after we broke up, I came back to Cyprus for that season of of waiting.
Okay, great. And how did you find Cyprus in terms of vegan food and options?
Um, I would say that there were not many products marked for vegans, but they were by ingredients they were vegan.
Mm.
Or I think I never had the problem, like even in stores you could pretty much get fruits, veggies, legumes, pasta, rice. You can get all of that. And in the restaurants you have to be ask what they can make for you, and they usually would make something for you. You would not starve
Hmm.
to death.
Definitely, definitely. Cyprus and Greece, they're quite good options in the traditional food. And of course, there's Seashells, Healthy Living, our vegan restaurant here in Limassol. So for those of you watching who are vegan and haven't been yet, when we reopen, you know where to go. Now, okay, we said your name is the Vegan Skunk,
Mhm.
but what is your favorite animal? Is that actually your favorite animal, or you have?
I could not pick a favorite. I don't know. Do unicorns exist? No, no, they don't. No, no, sorry.
The chubby unicorns do. The rhinoceroses.
Yeah, exactly. I would. Man, that is a good question. I haven't thought of that. I do not. Okay. I would say the like a deer, like maybe like this one. This is my coffee cup. Like this is what I'm really fond of lately, but only in as a
As an emblem, as a symbol.
yeah, yeah, not the the psychopath trophies. No, no,
Okay.
not those.
Okay, now Athens has seen a massive rise in vegan restaurants in the last few years. I know I was really grateful for Happy Cow, and for those of you who haven't seen, I've got a very nice interview with Ken Spector from Happy Cow, also on Cook Vegan. And I got in touch with some people there, and I was like, okay, we're coming. This was years ago. Where can I go and eat? And actually, so many vegans, they were so helpful. And they wrote back saying, you know what? We suddenly have restaurants. I remember 20 years ago, there was one vegetarian restaurant in Athens. And now suddenly there's loads. So I've been to most of them, but not all. What I'm sure you have been to pretty much all of them. Which is your favorite, or where would you recommend for people to go if they're visiting Athens to go and eat vegan food?
Okay. So literally like the first one that I was like it was really value for money, tasty food, large portions. There was Trivoli. Uh, that was really nice food. They made sometimes they made some specials like souvlaki uh or pizza nights, but they usually have like a traditional a regular menu. I would say that if you're talking value for money, I think this would be number one. I had
It's
the
got a really good reputation, yeah.
Yes, and a very friendly owner. Most of them have very friendly friendly owners. I would say the next one would have been Yeep, another 100% vegan restaurant in the is it the southern? No, it's northern area of Athens. Very good food. Maybe the other one would have been it's a little bit more expensive. I wouldn't say a gourmet version, but it's just more expensive. I probably had the best vegan gyros from Mushroom in this one. It's the Lime Bistro in the center of Athens, let's say. But there are
What's it called? The Lime Bistro.
yes. I mean,
Okay,
it's on the let's say if those are average prices, it's more of the high end.
yeah.
And maybe the last one, like Peas, is a really nice one. And uh, if I'm not mistaken, it's Veganaki. How it's
Veganagi is
yes,
amazing. I
it's
love
it's
Veganagi.
it's a really
It's
nice
a
one.
casual place. There's only got a few, like a bench to sit on, but really good, delicious wraps and sandwiches and salads. Yeah, amazing. And Avita is nice. I saw she also follows you, the owner. I
Oh,
don't know.
we've been there as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good. Actually, I've got a funny story to say is is it? Tell me again the first one you said. Trivoli.
Trivoli, yes.
Trivoli. So I had booked that for my birthday. I think it was 2 years ago. And we got in the taxi and we told him where it was and whatever. And he was like, fine, fine, fine. And then, like a minute later, we were staying in the center of Athens. He's like, oh, 5 minutes later, he's like, oh, we're here. And I was like, impossible. I checked it. It's, it takes, I don't know, 18 minutes from where we were. He's like, no, this is it. I'm like, okay, maybe I got it wrong. So we go down, we sit in this very nice restaurant that looked quite similar to the pictures. And I sit down and I'm like, okay, great. And we had our kids with us. At that point, I think I was pregnant and I had just my older two. And they were super tired. It was late and, already moaning. And I get the menu and I see, like chicken and pork souvlaki and I don't know what. And I was like to my husband, this is not the right restaurant. And then the guy comes and starts telling us the specials and it was gyros and I don't know what. And so I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. We're just in the wrong place. And and then we called, and this place was Tivoli. So if you're watching and you're going to Athens, or if you are in Athens, it's also a beautiful restaurant. So the owners of Tivoli, if you ever watched this, you were very sweet, very nice, but it's not a vegan restaurant. So Tivoli is where you want to go. And so I'm still yet to go to Tivoli. But anyway, next time. Okay. I have another question for you here. What's your favorite food? Because we're cook vegan, so we have to talk about a little bit about cooking food and whether you love to cook or not. What's your easiest or favorite go-to food that you like to cook as a vegan? Maybe is a pick-me-up or
What's the you have a difficult question after one after the other.
Oh, I'm so
If
sorry. I should have said them to you
I
before.
mean, I'm literally that is really interesting. I would say if we're talking about easy, like you can make I make really really fast minced soy So with some tomato sauce and spices and stuff, ready to cook, almost in 20 minutes, and you just watch it, do its thing. You don't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you don't really do much. Uh, what else? I really found some avocado. I really love avocado in salads and stuff. So maybe just wash some veggies and some soy chunks or black-eyed peas and mix that
Mhm.
up. Really nice. I really like fruits, so fruits are always a thing to to eat during the day. Um, I would say those are really easy and really fast, and I really enjoy them. What else? I can talk for food like for quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's good because that's what we are, vegan. So, what's your favorite vegan snack then?
Favorite vegan snack? Does it have to be sweet or
Can be anything. Can be
it,
savory or sweet or
oh my.
store bought or you make it or anything.
That is really tough actually. The favorite vegan snack. I really like olives, to be honest with you. And like what I do is just slice some
Well, and
cucumber.
Greece has the best olives in the world, so
Oh, okay.
you have to say that. You have to say that.
Not sponsored, but yeah, I like that. Maybe some cherry tomatoes with that, and I can, some cucumber maybe. Like that. That's a snack. If we're talking about store bought, they have those like they're kind of like baked rolls. They have garlic flavor, and they're just crunchy and
Easy.
and tasty. So, yeah, I would pretty much say those two.
Okay. All right. And then finally, back to your passion and your love, your activism for animals. How do you, so you've got these platforms both on Instagram and on YouTube. So for those of you who don't know you, for those of us or people watching who don't know you, how do you then promote people to think about veganism, for people to think about not eating or using animal products? How do you go about? What are your videos mainly about? How do you, go about this passion of yours and
Mhm.
making, trying to help other people open their eyes?
So I would have to start. I used to be like maybe the first few months I was angry as a vegan because like guys, how can you not see what's happening? How can you not see that? So and then it just took some time, it boiled over. So to the point that okay, I have to find a way to spread the message with. I was after a point if I was I tried to be I tried to speak the truth like what's happening. Uh, Not over exaggerating things or hiding things from the person the other in front of me. So what it started is I tried to do no I have about 70 to 80 videos interacting with strangers. We It was with
I
anonymous.
saw some of those. They're really nice.
All
Yeah.
right. So it's mainly that I do, the occasional reaction video to something, that I see. Maybe it's in the news and takes, a massive, let's say, publicity. I've incorporated vegan recipes, because okay, here's the problem, but here's the solution as well. I do like to do, maybe some. I do lots of things, like maybe some videos with places that I visited with a drone, some cycling videos, and that's pretty much it. Um,
Great.
yep.
Which I like it. It's not an aggressive way of activism. It's not a mean way, or you're not out there with pitchforks or burning down fences. You're just literally trying to be active and
Mhm.
let people know, look, guys, have you thought about this? If you have and you're still living that way of life, fine. But in most cases, you haven't even thought about it. You haven't even realized. So let's all, try and find a better way and a solution.
hmm Yes, I'm all about non-violent activism. Like, okay, we're talking about an injustice. We cannot be, unjust ourselves. So, I try to not give an excuse to someone. Oh, those vegans are, let's say, violent or aggressive or whatever.
Yeah.
I understand people that they are angry about, and I try to to explain to someone, but every vegan is angry. Well, why are they angry? And then we watch, let's say, some parts of Dominion or Earthlings or whatever. So
Yeah.
okay,
Forks over knives,
yeah.
or yeah, something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. No, I think that's great. Okay, final question, and I will let you go back to your evening. What would you say, just some wise words or any pearls of wisdom that you have for anybody watching, whether they're an old hand of veganism or new to veganism, parting words of wisdom?
Mhm. So listen, what I would say, like, um don't do what you don't want to be done to you. Like, if it's something you don't like, don't force it to someone else. And I know there is room for improvement for anyone. If you guys are thinking to change, well, I mean, come on. If you think there is something already, wrong with the situation, if you think that maybe I should do it, just do it. And it's maybe something else, like for any type of situation, any problem, veganism or not, like it's the best thing. It's always to ask for help. Uh, Maybe you can get a no, but usually what you get is a helpful answer and some direction to go to. This is
That's a really good point. There's so many ways out there. There's lots of people who think, oh, I want to try this, and then they don't feel well after a week. But there's so many solutions. That's what Cook Vegan's about, to give lots of recipes to help people stay active, stay literally hydrated and full of energy. And yeah, there's a lot. So if you're watching this and you haven't already, do go to my website, www.cook-vegan.com, and there's a free ebook there that has some tips in just about how to start being vegan, and 10 free recipes that are just there. So you can download it, have it on your phone, or just print it out. And it's a really good, easy start. And then Cook Vegan Facebook group or YouTube channel, free recipes there. And there's so many more as well. I know Vasilis just mentioned he's also got on his site. So there's always a solution, and it's so worth it. And now we're talking about one last bonus question. So there's a lot of talk. Well, I don't think at the moment. I think in general. So there's a lot of celebrities out there who are vegan and maybe vegan activists, and then people get used to that, and that becomes part of their brand and their branding. And then it's almost like such a disappointment or a letdown when a lot of these people then say suddenly, oh, actually, I'm not vegan, or I decided not to be. Miley Cyrus is one of them. That was a huge thing a few months ago. There's another.
That was the first name that came to my mind. Like, this was the latest,
Yeah, and there was someone else, I think, a week ago. American. I didn't really know them, but I saw a lot of people on social media who were like, oh wow, well, if they didn't manage it, can I manage it? Somebody help me out. Am I doing the right thing for my kids? What would your comment be on that?
So I think that having people with an influence to to appeal to more people is a good thing, and in general that's a thing that helps. But it's really important to see why these people stopped following veganism. And actually, to be honest, they did not stop following veganism, because veganism, it's not about a diet. It's a social justice movement. So
This is almost a trick question. I'm like, well done.
all right.
10 out of 10.
All right. So I would say it's so they were plant based, but the thing is, we have like the largest organization in the planet of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, that out of 117 studies, peer review studies, they said that a vegan diet is suitable and adequate for all stages of life. So they must have did something wrong with those people, that they went from vegan or plant-based to
Exactly.
not to that.
And not even plant-based. That's
Yes.
the thing. Like that's what people have said for Miley Cyrus. No one knows what she was eating.
Oh.
They just know she was vegan. There's nothing. She never did use her influence and showed what she was cooking. We don't know what she ordered in restaurants. So no one has any idea. So for all we know, she was a vegan junk food,
Yep.
appreciator or whatever. She might have been having, rubbish processed foods or just food on the go. She's probably exercising a lot. Nobody has any idea. So when she was saying, oh, I needed brain food, well, I don't know, why didn't she eat her walnuts or her flax seeds? Or it wasn't, she was talking about her omegas and it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So while, I would say, and I know a lot of platforms said, okay, we don't want to judge you. You can do whatever you want. But it's not really fair to say, and this is what I've said on anyone who's asked me this question, I'm like, guys, they weren't vegan, because if you're vegan, that's just it's a lifestyle choice, and you're doing this for animals and a better planet. So you don't suddenly decide, oh, I'm not going to be that anymore, because that's your way of life. You might choose not to eat animal products and then say, oh, I don't want to do that. So that's different. You weren't vegan. You might have been vegetarian, fully vegetarian, because that's the same thing as vegan, but they're people who then don't follow it for the rest of their lifestyle. So that's a really, really important difference. So I thank you for also saying the same.
Yes, that is it. And, it's really like, I cannot imagine myself having, I'm not saying she's the richest person on earth, but she could have a vegan chef just for her.
I know, exactly.
And I'm like,
and dietitians.
What? Yes.
And dietitians and everything. I mean, she could have got anyone and just said, guys, I don't know. That's what she said in an interview. Like, oh, I started forgetting things. First of all, I mean, who doesn't forget stuff? But anyway.
Only vegans do. Only vegans.
Only vegans, apparently. Yeah, exactly. I was asked the other day if I, because I'm super, super tired. I mean, I'm a busy working mum of 3. I'm still breastfeeding, and I wake up 4 to 5 times every night. And I was asked the other day, do you think you're tired because of your vegan diet? And I was like, yeah, that must be it. It's nothing to do with the fact I haven't slept more than 2 hours in a row for I don't know how many years. Must be the food. And I was just laughing. I was like, actually, it's the opposite. I've got so much energy because I eat this diet. Whereas if I wasn't, being a mama at this stage, I think I'd be collapsing. So.
Yeah, or just a hypothesis, it would be too much caffeine, too much, stimulants just to, do something with it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I don't know.
So there you go. And I don't drink coffee.
Oh, that's even better. Even better. Even better.
Yeah, it's so true. Thank you so much, Vasily. I really appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
Everyone, if you're watching, if you're already on YouTube, then first of all, subscribe to Cook Vegan and press your bell down below. And also, you know who to jump across to now. Although Vasilis might also put this video on his site. So if that's the case, and we're that way, then I'll go, subscribe to me too. So yeah, support us both, please, and subscribe to us and share our videos, share our love. And if you're on Facebook or any other channel, we're both on Facebook, the Vegan Skunk and Cook Vegan. We're both on Instagram, Cook Vegan Insta, and Asvos, isn't it? Yours?
Yep.
Or the Vegan.
That's it, the Greek one.
So, there we go. And then you'll find more about us everywhere. So we hope to see more. Comment below, show us your love, and tell us what your favorite food is as well for Cook Vegan. We'd love to see more. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.